Good morning, students. Today we'll see about carbohydrates. What are basically carbohydrates? They are nothing but storehouse of energy. That is, they provide energy to the body to perform actions. And therefore, carbohydrates is the main source of energy to our body. Before going in detail about carbohydrates and its different structures, first, to identify whether the given compound is a carbohydrate or not, I have just given you two. And look at this structure. First, we are very much used to, and say looking at this, we can immediately say yes, it belongs to carbohydrates group. But the other one will say no, it is not. But actually speaking, both structure 1 and structure 2 belong to carbohydrates. So both structure 1 and 2 are carbohydrates. So what is the difference? The difference is the stereochemistry. So once you understand the stereochemistry of converting one form to the other, you can easily understand they are one and the same, and therefore both are carbohydrates. So the stereochemistry will give you a better knowledge to understand the different structures of the same. Then what are the points to be remembered? What are carbohydrates basically? We can say they are polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones. And this polyhydroxy, what does it mean? It contains many OH group. So more than 2 definitely will be present here. Therefore, polyhydroxyaldehydes with the functional group of aldehyde, or it can also contain a ketonic group. Then these molecules, this polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones, are obtained from hydrolysis. So example, sucrose. Sucrose on hydrolysis will yield this polyhydroxy compounds. Normally, they are highly soluble in water. And when you say they are saccharides and non-saccharides, saccharides are sweet in taste and they are not so. So like this, the differences will come across little later. But normally we can say carbohydrates or hydrates are highly soluble in water. And this reason you already know, this is due to the hydrogen bonding. So since they have this OH group, they readily form the hydrogen bonding with water, that is HOH. Therefore, highly soluble in water due to the formation of hydrogen bonding. Then classification of carbohydrates. So the different ways by which we do it. The first one based on the number of sugar units. So classification first is made by the number of sugar units. So based on that we can say monosaccharides, disaccharides and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides, disaccharides, polysaccharides. Monosaccharides, example you can say glucose and fructose, which are very familiar with, and they contain only one single sugar unit. They contain only one single sugar unit. Therefore, it can't be hydrolyzed into any other simpler unit. It is already simple. Therefore, they can't be further hydrolyzed to any other simpler unit. Therefore, they are called monosaccharides. Disaccharides, as the name suggests, we can say it contains 2 monosaccharides. Therefore, whenever you do hydrolysis of disaccharides, it will yield 2 monosaccharides. Example, sucrose and maltose. And polysaccharides, then on hydrolysis, they will give many monosaccharide units. And example, cellulose and starch. Therefore, this particular classification is based on the number of sugar units. Next is based on functional group. So the next point is based on the functional group. So I already told you polyhydroxyaldehydes are ketones. Therefore, they are made of 2 functional groups. One may contain aldehyde or maybe a ketone. So based on this, we can say they are aldose or ketose. So they are aldoses or ketoses. So functional group, as the name suggests, what does ALD stands for? Aldehyde. What is OSE? What does OSE stand for? Sugar. Therefore, it is CHO is an aldehyde and OSE for the sugar. Therefore, the sugar containing aldehydic group is nothing but this aldoses. And therefore, example, glucose. Similarly, ketosis. Ketoses, as the name suggests, keto, that is a ketone is a functional group. OSE stands for the sugar. Therefore, example, we go for fructose. Therefore, ketoses are made of a ketonic group and it has a sugar unit. Therefore, it is a fructose. The next one, based on the number of carbon atoms. If there are 3 carbon atoms in a particular carbohydrate, we call this as triose. Tri means 3. OSE means, what is it? This is the sugar unit. Therefore, it is 3 carbon atom sugar. Therefore, it is trioses. If it is 4 carbon atom, what do we call it as? Tetroses. We call this as tetraose. Therefore, when you pronounce it together, tetraose. So, all naturally occurring carbohydrates will have only D configuration. Therefore, whenever you consider the carbohydrate, if they are naturally occurring one, they do not have L, they have only D configuration. Okay. So, structures is a very important point, remember. We will just talk about it little later also. The next one, based on the structures. This particular thing is very important because I always have a mental block. Whenever the teachers, in my younger days, whenever the teachers drew something on the board about carbohydrates, the different lines, OH, H this side, I used to get confused. And I always have a mental block in understanding that part of it. Therefore, I wanted to make that part very clear to you. And therefore, I am just concentrating more on this part, namely the structures. So, for writing the structures, we need a reference molecule which is normally is glyceraldehyde. So, the reference molecule by which we are going to obtain the structures of higher members is nothing but glyceraldehyde. What is glyceraldehyde? It is a 3 carbon atom compound. Therefore, 1 carbon atom is in the form of the functional group at the top, and then down we have CH2OH group, and C is in the center here. Another C is in the center. That is the second carbon atom. On the right side you have OH, on the left side you have H. This particular compound is nothing but glyceraldehyde. Therefore, basically it is a 3 carbon atom compound. At the top we have CHO, that is aldehydic group, and down we have CH2OH group, and then with the second carbon atom, right side we have OH and left side we have H. Since on the right side we have OH, we can call this as D configuration. Then starting from 3 carbon atom of glyceraldehyde, how to get the higher members up to 6? Very simple, follow the tips carefully. Remember the word get RAXL. That is a trick you have to remember. What is that? Get RAXL. So G, and then this is divided into E and T. Therefore, G is here. That is divided into 2 as E and T. Then further, this E is divided into RA, and then the T is divided into XL. That's why I asked you to remember the trick here, get RAXL. So G should be at the top, that is divided into 2, namely E and T. Then further, E is divided into R and A, and similarly T is divided into X and L. Therefore, remember the key word get RAXL. Is that clear, students? So, G is a reference molecule. What is G? Glyceraldehyde. I told you already, G is glyceraldehyde. Therefore, when you write the glyceraldehyde structure, this is a 1. CHO at the top, CH2OH at the bottom, C is in the center, that is a chiral carbon. Therefore, one is OH group is on the right side and H is on the left. Now, we have taken G. This is G, no? This is glyceraldehyde. So, what it has to be divided into? ET. What is E? E is D. Everywhere we are going to use only D. So, what did I tell you all? Naturally occurring carbohydrates are only D configuration one. Therefore, here we have E is erythrose. Therefore, E stands for erythrose and D configuration. Therefore, D erythrose. Similarly, T I told you. That is D triose. Therefore, T stands for triose and it is D configuration triose. Therefore, E is D erythrose and T stands for D triose. Now look at this very carefully, how to get the structures. Very interesting and easy, children, and concentrate more on. So this is a glyceraldehyde structure. What I have done, CHO at the top. Yes, CHO at the top. CH2OH at the bottom. Yes, CH2OH at the bottom. H is on the left side. Yes. OH is on the right. I have done. But extra one line, because we are getting the next member. Therefore, one extra line I have drawn here. What you need to do is put H on the left side, OH on the right side. H on the left. So this is based on H left. H on the left side. So opposite you have to write for trios. So what should you do now? OH should be on the left and H should be on the right. Therefore this is based on the difference of H. So H should be on the right side. Is that clear? So you have got the erythros and trios structure within no time. This is again we have got it from the reference molecule glyceraldehyde. We have done the same. We have drawn the same glyceraldehyde here. But to grow in number, one more carbon atom we have introduced, where H should be on the left for one and H should be on the right for the next. Is that clear? Again, very simple. You are going to do on your own. Even without my help, you can do it. Therefore, RaXL I told you. Therefore, E is divided into Ra and T is divided into X and L. Now, this has to be based on this. I have written the same thing here. See, CH2OH, CHO at the top, HOH. This also you can write the same, HOH. Now it is going to grow one more with one more carbon atom. Therefore, I have drawn one extra line. So, similarly here, CH2OH, HOH, and then another also you write HOH. No change. I have written the same. Now, what you need to do, H should be on the left side. OH should be on the right. Okay. Now, for the next what you have to do? H should be on the right side and OH should be on the left. See, within no time you have got the structure of D-ribose and D-arabinose. So, D-ribose, you need not by heart anything. All the things I have got only from glyceraldehyde, a very simple molecule. That simple molecule here is a reference molecule. So, once you know the structure of a reference molecule, within no time you can get up to 6. Therefore, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon atom. Therefore, here tetroses we have got. Okay, these are all tetroses. And here we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, what are they? Pentoses. They are nothing but pentoses. This is a tetroses and these are all pentoses. Now come to this part. So what I have done, again this XL we have to get it. And here CH2OH, CH2OH, HOH, HOH. What do we have here? OH, H. I am writing the same, nothing I have changed. CHO, CHO. But one line I am drawing in excess because we have to get the next higher member. As usual, what should be done here? H should be on the left, OH should be on the right. Is that clear? Yes? For the next what you have to do? H should be on the right and OH should be on the left. Now you have got this. Now how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, we have got pentoses. The name of this is D-xylose and D-lysose. Therefore, D-xylose and D-lysose. Therefore, this is very important, especially for bio children. You would have come across all this in biology or you are going to learn it in biology. Therefore, you should not get confused at any time with respect to the structure. Very easy to learn. Take the reference molecule, write as such. But remember, get RaXL. G should be at the top and then E and T should be divided like this. And then you draw the same structure but draw an extra line to increase the number of carbon atom. Put always H on the left here and for the next one put H on the right so that OH will be in the opposite direction. Similarly, when further it is divided into RaXL, the same thing you need to follow. But again, you remember that is growing in size. Therefore, tetroses will become pentoses now. Therefore, one line extra, H on the left and then OH on the right. And for the next, H should be on the right and OH should be on the left. Similarly, you have to do for the next. Therefore, it is very simple. Now to grow into the 6th carbon atom, remember all altros gladly make gum in giant trunks. It doesn't mean anything here. It is just to remember it well. Okay. So all altros gladly make gum in giant tanks. So remember this all is D-allose. Then altros is D-altros. Therefore, this I am continuing with this D-ribose structure. So what should I do now? 5 already done. So write the same thing here. 5 up to 5 you have to write the same. OH, OH, then H, then OH, then H. Same thing I have done. Okay, but extra line. Why extra line? It is growing in number with respect to carbon atom. Therefore, one line extra. What did I tell you already? To get the next member, H should be on the left, OH should be on the right. Yes? For the next, what is that? Opposite. Therefore, first you complete all this. The same structure once again. This OH, H, then OH, H. Say this alone we need to fill in. Then H we have written on the left. Therefore, H should be on the right here. Therefore, OH. Clear? Therefore, we have got the structure of D-allose, D-altros. So, how many carbon atom? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therefore, 6 carbon atom. Therefore,